On today's episode of Six Pack Cinema, we are reviewing Captain Marvel, the movie in which Carol Danvers becomes one of the universe's most powerful heroes when Earth is caught in the middle of a galactic war between two alien races.
A little much.
Yeah, a little much what the fuck plotline is.
You should.
All right. Thank you for joining us here on Six Pack Cinema. On today's episode, we are reviewing Captain Marvel. And by we, I mean not me. I'm going to sit this one out, and it's just going to be John and Dave. But we first wanted to thank everyone who saw Captain Marvel and said, I want to listen to a podcast about this, and you clicked on ours. Good job. Hell of a job by you. If you're a returning customer, hell of a job by you. We appreciate it. My name's Jimmy. I'm going to now leave. John and Dave are going to talk all about this movie.
It's a shame that you don't like these movies. But it's understood. It's well known. You hated Thor. You damn near ruined that whole podcast.
It's very gentlemanly of me to say, listen, no one's going to want to hear my opinions on this.
Yes, well, it was even more gentlemanly of us to invite you to the intro because you're just so good at it.
Yeah, and I think my dog just shit, so I'm going to go take care of that, and I'm out. See you guys.
Okay, cool.
All right, see you at the end.
Great. So, Captain Marvel, where do you want to start? There's a lot to break into here.
There is. I think we should start how we always start, though, with our gut reactions, our gut feeling.
All right, you go ahead.
Oh, all right. I was going to say you go first. I will say I think the first act is a slog to get through. It was rough. It was very slow. But once things picked up in the second act, it got pretty good. And then the third act was fantastic.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I wouldn't say it's a slog. I wouldn't say it's terrible. It was absolutely the weakest part. It was the weakest part by far.
Yeah, I didn't mean it was like terrible. It was just slow. And yeah. I enjoyed it because I read the comics. I have a decent amount of background information. But for the average person, who doesn't have that, I don't think it was enjoyable.
No, I enjoyed it. I did. I was sitting there. I was like, oh, well, we're piecing it together. I figured out early on that this was an amnesia sort of thing. It didn't bother me that much. It's not the best Marvel movie by far. We know up front say that. I liked it. Overall, good. A thumbs up.
Yeah, I gave a little hint last week because I had already seen it, and I said I was putting it in the same level as Black Panther, which is it's above an average Marvel movie, but it's not one of the greats.
Well, then you're putting it on par with an Academy Award nominated movie, Dave. So I think you're the only one. You were very critical of Black Panther, more so than anyone else I talked to.
No, I don't know. I didn't think it was like amazing. It wasn't bad, but I really enjoyed it. I've watched it again since.
I watched this actually. My first time watching it called the D-Box Theater. It was it's like the 4D.
Yeah, how was that? Because I watched it in Dolby, which is kind of like that, but we don't get like it doesn't rumble. It's just like the sound is in the headset, so it moves around you when like people are talking. And
that's awesome. That would probably have been maybe a little bit better. This one felt like a ride at some points. Ever see the? Did you ever go to Mom at like Jordan's Furniture?
No.
No, ever heard of that? Okay, well, basically it was like the chairs moved. There was like a roller coaster where you stayed in place. It's a lot like every like Disney World like theater.
Oh, yeah, I've been to like museums that have
exactly like that. It was kind of similar to that. And at first I was like, well, this. I'm sitting and like being tossed around because of course you have 4 settings. You can like raise it up to the top, and I was like, oh. I'm here. I'm gonna do this all the way up. I cranked it up, and I'm like getting jostled around. I was like, it's kind of cool for like the ships and battles, but like they could have like just vibrated for the punches and the fight scenes because when I'm getting punched, like if when like Brie Larson got punched in the side of the head, I didn't need to be thrown like 6 inches to the left. It was a little weird.
That sounds like it would be a fun thing to do once, but never again.
I'm gonna do it again.
Are you?
Yeah, because by like halfway through, I kind of forgot about it and just like it just helped. It was nice. I liked it, but it shook the shit out of me. Shook the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, you sent us a picture with you like bloody arm.
Yeah, Yeah, it's no joke. My phone fell out of my pocket and down into like the middle of it, and I was like digging around like in the seats, but it's not like a regular seat where you just like put your arm down the side. I still tried to anyways, and I got stuck, and I cut myself pretty fucking good. Apparently the top of the seat just pops off.
Oh, smooth.
Would have been real easy to find my phone after that, but
Did you have to go and get like a tetanus shot?
I should. There was, honest, dude, 2 inches of popcorn.
That's gross.
It was disgusting. So,
Yeah.
shout out D-Box, clean your seats. But I'll probably go back again. It was $20 for one showing at
That's
like
not bad.
no, like 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. It's bad.
I mean, I pay. Well, I don't pay because I have A-list, but like a Dolby or IMAX seat here in the city is $26.
Yeah, you're in Manhattan. I'm talking about Vernon, Connecticut. Typical seat costs like $9. So,
all right. So I imagine D-Box would be like $40 here.
Yeah,
but
it was worth it.
I know I can get them with my AMC A-list. I just don't know of any theaters here that actually do that.
Yeah, it was cool. But and this was the good movie for it. They had a little thing up front in the lobby, like showing you what it is, and they were showing like you could sit in the seat and like watch a scene from a movie to get the feeling. And they had Mary Poppins as their like demo. I was like, that seems
that seems like a horrible. You need like the Mummy.
Yeah, it was bizarre. But anyways, movie itself, liked it. Good experience for me. Lost my phone, cut my arm, still happy. Details wise, where do you want to get into it first?
Sweet.
I got one big detail that bothered the shit out of me.
Okay, let's get into that.
I wanted more Coulson, and I'm like actually like pretty disappointed that Coulson was just a glorified cameo.
I was fine with it. I thought his de-aging didn't look as good as Samuel L. Jackson's.
Well, then
so I was
because Sam Jackson's face, like you knew who he was in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Coulson, like he's a nobody in reality. He's Phil Coulson, so he could look like anything. I don't know. I that didn't bother me. And also it didn't help that the whole like majority of his time on screen he was not really himself. He was like a shapeshifter too.
Yeah, but that last scene with him where he's talking to Fury in the HQ,
yeah,
that was like the perfect Coulson because that was the Coulson who like had his Captain America trading cards and stuff like that.
Yes.
Just being super excited about being a spy when there's aliens and shit like that.
Yeah, I love Coulson so much. That's why I wanted more of him. But I mean, he wouldn't have fit in too well. I understand that.
Yeah.
Continuity error. I feel like there was.
Which was
S.H.I.E.L.D. in general. In 2008 Iron Man, Phil Coulson's running around trying to recruit him, and he keeps talking like he's a strategic homeland something initiative, and he kept saying it was a joke like you should like really shorten that. He's like, "Yep, we're working on it," and he didn't say S.H.I.E.L.D. to the very end. Like it was like, "Oh yeah, we just named ourselves S.H.I.E.L.D. now." It sounded like in 2008 that they were like a brand new division up and coming, but now from this one, it wasn't like a police force turned into this. It was S.H.I.E.L.D's already like fully cemented. They have their logos. They have the name.
That's like an old like continuity. Like it's definitely 100% true for the first Iron Man. But I know in like all the Ant-Mans when they do flashbacks to like the 60s and 70s when Hank Pym's in S.H.I.E.L.D. doing S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, I'm pretty sure they're referenced in the first Captain America and being in the 40s.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a small
that doesn't bother me at all. A continuity thing I did love though is in Winter Soldier when Fury says, "The last time I trusted someone, I lost this eye," and then earlier on in the movie he's picking up Goose and he's like, "I trust you so much."
Yeah, come on, that was stupid, man. That was.
I love that.
Well, no, because that's a famous line. Like last time, I've heard that line so much. Last time I trust someone, I lost an eye. It was a fucking cat, and it wasn't
a cat. It was a flurkin.
It was a flurkin. I understand that. But the cat, it was a wimpy scratch. It wasn't like I figured that I knew the flurkin would like get his eye out. You just knew that coming up to it. I thought it'd be like eating it with like the squid tentacles.
No, I think it scratched him, but it has like
poison.
Yeah, there's like some poison alien shit in its claw because he was like, "Oh, it's just a scratch." And then, the next few scenes, it was progressively getting much worse, like more than a cat scratch. I have cat scratches on me. They don't look like that.
Yeah. No, I mean obviously he loses his eye.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed. I thought that was gonna be a bigger moment than that. It seemed like a throwaway, like, oh yeah, look, this is where he lost his eye. But
No, I love that, and I can't wait to see him and Captain Marvel interact like more in future movies, because I'm hoping in like future Avengers or whatever, when she shows up, she and Fury still have this buddy relationship when he's such a hard ass on everyone else.
yeah,
he knows her from before he became a hard ass.
and I hope she still is a cat.
Oh no, it's gonna be Fury's cat. It was in his office in the post-credit scene.
Does he still have him though? Has that cat shown up in other movies?
It hasn't, but it could still. Who knows how long a Fleur can live?
I mean, we don't know his home situation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We haven't like ever seen his actual office either, I don't think.
It's true. Yep.
Yeah. that was Talking Goose.
That was Talking Goose. I'm looking at Jimmy down the bottom, and I imagine him hearing us talk about a flirking cat eating eyes, and he's probably like, thank fucking God I didn't watch this movie.
Oh, he would have hated this. Characters. You want to run through them? Who do you like? Who didn't you like?
Jude Law, is he getting an Oscar out of this?
No. I liked him in it, though. Jude Law was great, and I'm glad they didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Just because I'm tired of Marvel like wasting good villains, and he was a decent villain, and I'd like to see him show up again.
Yeah, he was great. I loved him. I kept thinking of the Young Pope. When I can't see Jude Law anymore without thinking of the Young Pope.
I've never seen
Maybe
it. That's about the Pope that
changed
like,
me, but
fucks and smokes.
Yeah, no,
right?
him and his fight. He just plays a born leader very, very, very well. So he's perfect for the role.
Sweet.
Let's see where to go. Where does this fit into the universe with you?
Well, I think I said in the beginning, it's like a slightly better than average.
Well, not so much the movies, but like fit in wise. How do you think it fit in well with the timeline? Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I have no problems with that. I loved all the soundtrack from it being set in the 90s. I thought Ronan was wasted in this.
Oh, he's not wasted. He's teed up for the next Captain Marvel movie.
But he can't be teed up in the next Cap because then he loses in all three of his movie appearances, and that's stupid.
Maybe.
Because he loses in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
He loses in this.
No, he retreated.
But I mean, he showed up, saw Captain Marvel, and was like,
He didn't win. Yep.
And then what's he going to fight Captain Marvel in between this and Guardians of the Galaxy and lose again? He's going to be a fucking loser then. And he can't win in that one because then she would go after him for vengeance.
I know.
It was just a waste of a cameo, I think.
No, I wouldn't say it's a waste. I mean, he's already been an established character, so bringing him back doesn't do any hurting.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the Claw he did a cameo first and then another cameo second, and now he's gone. The Black Panther guy.
Yeah.
At least Ronan had a full
I would have liked to see him openly being angry with the Kree leadership, and you find out that I don't know his character's name. Korath, I think, the black guy in Star Force.
Okay.
He was aligned with Ronan and feeding him information, and then at the end they break off. I think that would have been a neat little subplot.
Yeah, because we know they get together in the long run.
Yeah, just something to do with those characters rather than just have them for the sake of familiar faces showing up.
I don't know. I think they needed the familiar faces just because when we have such an established timeline and all of a sudden you're precursoring it, you have to have ties everywhere.
I would have been fine with just Coulson and Fury.
Well, Nick Fury and Coulson are tethered to the Earth timelines, and then you also have to get a tether into the space
Cosmic
timelines.
Stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, it was good. They brought both worlds into it.
Yeah, I mean, it like you said, it makes sense. I wish they would have done it better.
You didn't think the music was off at some points? Because I mean, I loved the soundtrack. All the songs are absolute bangers, but I felt like it was trying to be a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy with their 80s, 70s music.
But this made sense because it was in the 90s. The only time I felt like the music didn't match the scene was when I'm Just a Girl came on during like that last fight.
Yes. Yeah, that was
felt
my
like
biggest problem.
Hoorah feminist movement. And like that song could have fit in perfectly somewhere else. And there's so many good 90s songs that could have fit in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, I loved it. I like walked out like singing all those songs, taking the train back home.
I listened to it all day today.
Nice.
This is great songs. Yeah, I like I said, I watched it last night, so I'm still kind of like thinking over everything. It's one of those movies you have to watch twice because there's so many little details thrown around.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go back probably this weekend or next week and see it again.
I didn't like the crawl like little love sequence they had. They really with the guy seeing the crawl, seeing his family for the first time ever, and they like, really got intensely intimate on screen.
Oh, I was fine with that.
It just felt
also
weird.
wanted to say I loved Ben Mendelsohn because he always plays villains. And
Yes.
the fact that he was just like a regular average guy who happened to be an alien in this was perfect.
He was amazing. I just love how like matter of fact he was, like just chilling in the living room talking like, well, yeah, well,
Drinking a soda.
yeah, I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to hurt you. Don't kill me. We have lots to talk about.
His whole relationship with Fury too, when Fury's like, "Can you turn into a cabinet?" Why would I want to turn into a cabinet? I'll give you $50 to turn into a cabinet right now.
You just stare at the wall like these motherfuckers don't even get this. I'm not a transformer.
Yeah, I don't have too much else to talk about for this. Do you?
Not particularly.
Do we
Brie
want to?
Brie Larson, I was very happy with.
Yes.
We want to talk about her being her preachy little self.
No, that has nothing to do with the movie. So I don't.
No. I'm saying like she got a bad rap with everything else, but points to her for making women very sexy in baggy, loose clothing, completely covered. When she pulled up the grunge look on the motorcycle, covered head to toe in like clothing, I was like, "Woo, she's gorgeous." Good.
Yeah.
That's a token in the right mark for women's, right?
Okay.
You can be sexy without like showing all your skin. Thank you.
No,
Brie
I
Larson,
agree.
for
Brie
showing
Larson
the world that
is gorgeous. I'm actually really excited. So before we do our ratings, we can kind of use this as a pivot. I'm really excited to see how she interacts with the Avengers now.
Oh,
and
her
talk
Thor.
about the latest Avengers trailer, which dropped this past Thursday, which is today when we're recording. And they finally show her like interacting with Thor in it. But I'm pumped to see her in the team.
It's going to be good with her and Thor because Thor naturally is awkward with everyone else, you know, because he just doesn't get everyone. It's just everyone's like peons to him. He's very polite. He's charming, but at the same time, he's just like, ugh, you don't really matter to me. Her, on the other hand, matters entirely because she's so much stronger than him, and she is the same thing because she's like amnesia up the. She's got so much background that she doesn't know, and she just seems like such a stranger everywhere she goes. So she's also awkward. So them together, perfect little dynamic for awkwardness.
We don't know like how awkward at this point now. It's been like 20 years of her in the space with the Skrulls, like defending them and fighting the Kree.
Yeah, but she's coming back to Earth for the first time. We're assuming the first time.
We don't know.
Wouldn't that be something else if she showed up like during the New York attack with a wormhole, and she got there and like just finished up? She's like, "All right, peace out," and goes home.
Well, I saw an interview with Kevin Feige, and they asked him how come he hasn't pressed that beeper before, and he said just because we never saw it doesn't mean he hasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm
so
thinking.
like there could have been plenty of times where he's pressed it, and then the Avengers solved the problem, and she shows up like afterwards. I would love to if Marvel went back to doing their one shots. I think that would have been a great one shot, like 5-minute montage of like every time there was a movie, he pressed it and she showed up afterwards and she's like, "You gotta fucking give me more time."
Yeah, because I mean, they in the trailer they point out how it's been like going on for like a couple days, right?
Yes, they said they found that a few days ago, and
yeah. So it takes
not the trailer, the post-credit scene.
Post-credit scene, yes.
And they had to like.
Yes,
yeah, it was the post-credit scene.
I'm all mixed up. Yeah,
no worries.
They
so, anyone listening who didn't stay, sorry, just a quick recap, is it shows the beeper again, and then it goes dark, and Rhodey comes in and he's telling Captain America and Black Widow, hey, it turned off. And they're like, but we bypassed the battery. We've had it for like a few days. I thought we fixed this issue. And they're like, yeah, no, it just turned off even though the battery's still working. So they've had it long enough that the battery almost died and they panicked.
Well, they plugged it into like a power source, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I'd guesstimate probably like 4 or 5 days, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
When they talk about traveling and they wanted the light speed machine from the Marvel, the scientist girl, they said like, well, I can't get to the Earth until like 22 hours. So there's still like this, you can't just snap the fingers and get there.
Yeah,
there's some reality here.
Yes, there's,
and
they talked about it in the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie too, where there's like warp points, like specific places where you can like go into light speed or whatever, where you're not going to end up in a star.
That's
so
where
I assume
Rocket,
there's like
Rocket went through like 20 warp zones in a row.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a specific way that you have to take to get around the galaxy without dying.
Mm-hmm.
So she can't just show up.
And she showed up kind of frazzled too. Like she was like rushing.
Oh yeah, she was like, where the hell's Fury?
Yeah, her hair was completely flat and matted down. So at first I thought that was showing that she was older and like, aged him. But then the trailer today comes out, looks good as ever. So no aging there. All right, you want to get into our reviews, our ratings? Sorry.
Sure, we can do
All
that.
Right. Hey Jimmy, you want to chime in and tell us what our rating system is? Yeah, unmute yourself, buddy. Here he comes. Here he comes.
The rating system is as follows: popcorn scores out of 5. Strictly entertainment. How much fun did you have in the theater at the time? And will you be watching it again if it comes on TV? Critical is critical. Out of 10. Out of 100.
100. Great.
Out of 10 sets of 10.
All right.
I like it. Great. Thank you, Jimmy. You did a great job.
Shit. Which do you want to do first? Popcorn.
Let's do popcorns. We usually do popcorns first.
All right. What do you got?
I'm going to go with only a 4 this time.
Ooh,
because the first act, I didn't hate it, but it did drag. And if I'm watching this on demand or HBO next year, I'm probably gonna like fast forward a little bit.
See, I agree. I also gave it a 4, but I would do the same thing. I'd watch like that opening mission where they're going to that one planet where the Skrulls are hiding, and then after she gets caught, I'd skip forward to her and Fury meeting up at the bar.
Yes, good. That's a good jumping point.
Sweet.
Cool.
Critical. What are you giving this?
Oh, that's got to be a 95.
95.
No, kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I was like that's high, but
that's very high. No, I'm gonna go. See, I liked how they jumped around and they did the amnesia part. That fit very well, and that was tough.
Me too.
To do.
And I think I'm gonna reward it for that on the critical, even though it hurted the entertainment value.
I agreed, because that was very tough to pull off.
Yes.
I'm not docking points for my opinion of the continuity errors. I mean, they're known for continuity. They're known, like, people are gonna nitpick the bejesus out of these things. So this is gonna go low 80s. I think I'm gonna go 81.
Holy shit! That's what I had written down.
Same scores, 81%.
Yeah, I am impressed with us.
Look at us.
For everything you said, it's not a bad movie. It's a little slow. But I liked how they did the amnesia thing, and so you didn't know what was going on in the beginning, just like she didn't. This is solid movie. It would have been
in the 70s if it weren't for the amnesia, like how well they did that.
And Goose was just so good. I love that cat.
Yeah. All right.
And 81 puts this movie right even, dead even with To All the Boys I Ever Loved.
Fair.
That seems fair.
Okay. Were either of you banking the other person had a higher or lower score, knowing, okay, I can say an 81, but the average will actually be this, and then it didn't come true because you both had the same exact score?
No, I don't play games. I don't. There's no games over here. We just very honest and true.
John, you could have thought Dave's gonna love this, so I'm gonna go a little lower just because I don't want to be crazy.
No.
Okay.
No. It heads
I
up.
didn't.
Heads up if I disappear. Don't roll down because I'm at 5% right now.
Okay. We'll blow through this really quick then. If Ben Affleck was in this movie, who do you think he should play?
Ooh, I would love to see him as the Krull.
I don't know. I think Ben Mendelsohn was just so great as it. I don't want to see someone else as that.
That's true. And then he was
I'd
in
like him to be
prosthetics the whole
like
time.
the science scroll. Just like a
Yeah, but then
side
they're in
character.
prosthetics the whole time too, so you only get to see his pretty face.
Yeah. He could have been good as
Oh, he would
Young
on the
Rog, as
yeah.
Jude
He would have been
Law's
on
character.
the little team there.
Yes.
He would have a great cameo there. It would be good.
All right. Rotten Tomato scores. What do you think this has? Because they've changed a lot since the initial ones.
Yeah, the initial ones were trash. They were 32% for
Well,
audience, right?
Initially, so the day this opened, the audience was at 31%, and the critical was at 93%.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do
gonna go.
What do you think it's at now? Both.
Critical. I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna say that critical got down to about 87, 88, 87.
It is at a 79.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, and that's only a couple points off from where we had it.
Yep.
What do you think the audience is at now?
It started off so low, so it's a huge hill to climb. I'm gonna hope it got up in the 90s.
It is up to 61 now, but it's only had 10,000 more votes.
It's 58,000 dislike votes. You can't rebound
Before the movie even came out, which was
Yeah.
stupid.
Such bullshit.
Yeah, so just some misogynistic trolls who don't like that women got a kick-ass superhero.
Yep. People are trash.
100%. All right.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up a review of Captain Marvel.
Come back on Friday for our most recent Hollywood headlines, and then come back again next Monday for Frontier.
Triple Frontier.
Triple Frontier. First you had the West, then you had the farther West, then you had space. Triple Frontier.
That's not at all what the movie's about.
You don't know. We haven't watched it
I'm
yet.
pretty sure it's a space movie. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next Friday.
Time.
Like we said, Friday. Come back
Yep.
then.
Love y'all. We